I slept with a good friend of 11 years, and now I'm not really sure what to do. I, female 24, and friend, male 24, have been friends for 11 years and have had feelings on and off for each other throughout that time, but nothing ever came of those feelings. I was in a relationship throughout the majority of our friendship up until a couple of months ago. Yep, I recently ended an 8-year relationship, long distance, for the last year. Shortly after ending that, I went on a float trip with 24 male and our friends. We have the same group of friends at home, and they have all been rooting for us to get together. Well, we ended up sleeping together when we got back from the float trip, and it was great. Everything felt so natural and so comfortable with him. As dumb as it sounds, it just felt right. We ended up planning a trip for him to come visit me about 2 months after that, and all of that went super great. But the day he left, he asked me to be his girlfriend. First, I said yes, since it was just a bit out of the blue when he asked, but I took a moment to step back and tell him I wasn't quite ready to be in a relationship yet, but that I really like what we have going and the connection we have.
Sounds familiar.
Are you having flashbacks? Holy
Literally,
shit.
yep.
He seemed to be really understanding and say, let's just take it slow then. But he had also mentioned that for him, a long distance would work really well with as busy as he is with work. But I just went through long distance and it sucked. And it's not something I planned on doing again, at least not to start a relationship. I'm trying to figure out how to best tell him I want to be single and have the opportunity to meet people where I live if there is ever someone here that I end up meeting. But I also don't want him to think I'm just sleeping/dating around, because that's not really the point I'm at right now. I truly love being able to be single and not be tied down for the first time in a long time. Part of me just doesn't want to be in a relationship and I want to stay single for a while, but I also don't want to lose something good with him. I'm also worried about ruining our friendship if things do fall through. Just not really sure what to do, especially knowing he is wanting to take a step further, but I'm not quite there yet. I have some more context. So ideal outcome, not really sure. I would love to keep what we have going just without a label for a while and no hurt feelings. Additional, we live 12 hours apart and he recently got a great offer from his job if he stays longer. So he would be there for at least another 2 years. And I know I am not moving back home. Also, on a totally different note, this guy's name came up in my relationship with my long-term ex, and I made it clear that I had no feelings for this guy, even though I knew I did. So I am scared of hurting my ex's feelings if anything more were to come of this. Nothing ever happened between this guy and I until I was out of my relationship, but I'm a little nervous it won't be perceived that way. So there's a lot of me that doesn't want to take any next steps yet, because I don't want to feel judged by others in my life or feeling like I am doing something wrong. I need a bit of advice to encourage my husband and our living situation. My husband and I do really well for ourselves. We don't make a ton of money, but we both work good jobs. We have a 9-month-old baby girl who I watch as I work from home full time. She is the sweetest little girl, and we are truly blessed to have her. We live in Colorado, where the cost of living is quite high. I know you all really like Colorado, but my husband and I are discouraged and frustrated with the housing market here. We also really hate snow, LOL. So we are constantly throwing around the idea of staying in Colorado or moving somewhere more affordable / somewhere that could let us have what we want. Because my job can be moved anywhere, as it is remote as mentioned, my husband has applied to many jobs in many other areas that have a lower cost of living. He recently received 2 more rejection emails from jobs he is more than qualified for. This seems to be a trend. He applies to jobs and then does not get an offer, even though he is plenty qualified, if not overqualified. So here's where I need a little advice. While I am quite disappointed in the fact that we will not be moving in the near future, I really try not to express how disappointed I am when talking to my husband, because I do not want to make him feel like he has failed or is failing our family. He is absolutely not, and he provides for us really well. How could I show him that he is appreciated? Do you have suggestions on ways to show that aren't super cheesy, that I could remind him how important he is to me and our daughter?
I, female 22, and my boyfriend, male 22, have been dating a little over 2.5 years. I'd like to say we communicate well, but recently I feel like I've been lacking on my end. I have this problem where when I'm faced with conflict, I go silent and don't know how to proceed. Also, if I'm the one who's in the wrong, it's hard for me to actually apologize in person, and so I end up apologizing over text. I feel really bad about this because I feel like most times when he's in the wrong, he's always very good at owning up to it and apologizing to me in person. But when I'm faced with the conflict, I can't do the same for him. I feel like my inability to face this conflict head on and to apologize stems from my parents raising me without apologizing much and doing apologies through nice acts instead of owning up to anything. I feel him getting actively more upset with each failed apology, and I'm not sure how to get myself out of this shut down headspace when our arguments happen. I just want to be a better partner and be able to give him the apologies he deserves.
Am I the asshole for requiring guests change their clothes before they sit on my furniture?
I mean, honestly, it is a lot.
I'm 20 male and I live alone. I'm a very neat person. My mother kept our house pristine growing up, and I helped her for as long as I can remember. I recently moved out into my own place, and something that I started thinking about is how many germs from outside we track into our houses. I always change out of my clothes as soon as I get home, but whenever I have guests over, they don't. Also, I have no idea where they've been or what their clothes have been exposed to. About a month ago, I bought a bunch of those clear disposable raincoats, and I started telling people who I invited over that they could bring a fresh change of clothes to change into.
No way.
Or wear one of the coats before they sit on my furniture. I also offer to wash the clothes that they change out of if they want to. My girlfriend doesn't have a problem with this and started leaving clothes at my place. My mom and little sister have always been okay with this new rule, but I invited a friend over yesterday. I told them about the clothes thing before they came, and when they got here, they were surprised that I actually enforced it, and they said, "You gotta be effing kidding me." I told them, "No, I'm serious," and then they left. They haven't been answering my messages either.
Aww.
I was talking to my mom about it today, and she said it was pretty excessive and unreasonable to expect everybody to do it. I disagree, but I'm kind of double guessing myself. Am I in the wrong here? Am I the asshole for not wanting to pay the extra money my mother-in-law put for a gift that I didn't ask for? My mother-in-law bought me a new coffee machine. I don't know why, as the one I have is still working fine, but whatever, I accepted. Before leaving, she told me that I needed to pay her $30. I asked why, and she said that she was planning on putting only $50 into the gift, but the cheapest coffee machine she could find was around $80, so I needed to put the $30 she added for the machine. That confused me because if she planned on only putting a certain amount of money in the gift that I, once again, didn't ask for, then why not give up the coffee machine idea and buy something that's actually $50? She said she didn't care about paying more, and if it made me happy.
But did she pay more?
I said, well, clearly you do care. Otherwise, you wouldn't have asked me to pay the extra $30.
Exactly.
She said it was just a matter of principle, and if I had
Principal, you barbarian.
and if I had any manners, then I would pay her. She then left.
Are you serious, my brother?
She texted my husband that she was waiting on the $30 and would take back the coffee machine if I didn't. I told my husband to respond that she could come and take it back because I was not going to give her $30.
Facts.
My husband is not okay with that because he's gotten attached to the machine.
Oh,
Whatever
then
that
have
means.
hubby, go ahead and fork up the $30.
And told me to give her $30. I told husband if he wanted to keep the machine, then he should give his mom the money that she wants.
Bright idea.
He said that I needed to do it because the gift is originally mine, even though I never asked for it. He said that I was making this harder than it needed to be and was selfish to not pay the extra $30 for the machine his mom got me, especially knowing that he likes it. I have a hard time seeing how I'm wrong, so I'm going to come here because there might be a chance that I am in the wrong. Should I just give his mom the $30 like she asked and be done with it? Am I the asshole for not wanting to have a deep relationship with my brother-in-law? I'm 21 female, and my sister and brother-in-law are in their 30s. Recently, there has been an awareness of my brother-in-law cheating on my sister. He was sending naked photos to another female and has done this previously. Their
A repeat
anniversary,
offender.
yeah. Their anniversary was this week, and this has been going on for a couple of weeks now, and my sister just found out. She still seems to want to be in a relationship with him, but I no longer desire to have a relationship with him. Prior to this, I already did not appreciate the way that he speaks to me, as I feel it's degrading and disrespectful. My boyfriend and I don't feel comfortable being around him. Am I being inconsiderate? My sister asked me not to be angry at him, but I just don't understand why he did this twice now, or at all in general. My heart hurts knowing she'll be with someone who will shatter her heart. I know it's their relationship and her choice to stay with him, so am I the asshole?
You can call me D. I'm under 18 and I use he, him pronouns. My girlfriend, M, is also under 18 and uses she, her pronouns. M and I have been dating for 3 months and I love her so, so much. She's the smartest, most gorgeous, and funny person that I have ever met, and I'm so incredibly lucky to have her. But here's my incredibly wholesome problem. We haven't kissed yet. Though I've had relationships in the past, I've never kissed anyone at all. M has. Every time I see her, I just want to kiss her so bad. Her lips are always chapped, and it's the cutest thing. Even though I really want to, and we've talked about it many times before, I don't know the first thing about how to initiate a kiss. I've kind of tried before, but there's always been something getting in the way. Her dog, her allergies, my nerves, etc. She's mentioned wanting to make it perfect and wanting it to happen on a beach at sunset. It's very rom-com-esque. I really want to make that happen for her, but the sun sets really late here, and we wouldn't be able to stay out that late. I'm also worried.
Where are they, in Alaska?
I'm also worried that I won't be as good as the people she's kissed before me, and she won't want to do it again after. I'm so sorry if this doesn't make sense. I'm just a hopeless romantic.
Oh, it's all a risk.
Of a perfect first kiss with my perfect girlfriend.